My name's Karl Bickmore. I'm the CEO of SnapTech IT, an MSP out of Phoenix, Atlanta, and San Francisco Bay Area. And we've been working with Perch for about a year and a half now. SnapTech is a traditional managed service provider, but we kind of recognized that there should be a security focus to our business about 5 or 6 years ago. And so we started down a journey of learning how to deliver a more secure environment to our customers. And that's led us to customers that are more concerned with security, certainly ones with compliance as well. So we have a lot of financial institutions and some NIST regulated clients, so like government subcontractors and whatnot. But we also deliver a pretty high level of cybersecurity just to the standard everyday professional services office, like a law firm or an accountancy or something like that as well. And so we're in many ways a traditional MSP that has focused on security. Well, I ran into Perch Security through an industry conference event. I was looking for solutions in the area of threat intelligence and detection and SIEM. And I kind of found a very interesting company that was kind of doing a lot of really more modern approach in the way that they were hitting the marketplace. And so I saw something that solves a lot of control problems that we were looking to solve for our customers in one solution. And so I met them at a conference, and then we kind of engaged and began the proof of concept process on our own selves, ran it internally, and then we kind of developed it into an offering from there. You know, I think one of the fundamental things that a lot of service providers are missing is they spend a lot of time focusing on the protection of their clients, but they don't spend a lot of time on the detection side. And we were missing a significant detection tool. And so what has it meant to my business is we are a more complete provider. We are more posed to be a company that's going to be relevant in 2-3 years from now. I feel like that if you're not getting into some of these areas of cybersecurity and technology as a technology service provider, you won't be relevant. You have to build these. So what has it meant? It's a path forward for my business. It's a very critical part. Our organization has had a focus of being audited and having formal processes and policies for really quite a while. We began that journey, like I said, 5-6 years ago in the process. And in the process of doing that, you do some due diligence and you build some ways that you create and onboard new offerings. And I think that one of the best ways you can learn how to operationalize a product is to run it on yourself. It's also the safest way, because if you make a mistake, you can handle that mistake internally. It's a lot harder to explain that to a customer. But the reality of it is every technology provider that's out there linking and connecting into customers with their tool sets is a honeypot. And so you should have this technology running on your own business as well as your customers, just to be a responsible provider. Yeah, you know, Perch is a pretty unusual company. Like for the area that they go in, I'm surprised at the level of expertise that they have. I feel like there's some major industry veterans running and founding the Perch company. And the other thing is this amazing is their focus downward into the marketplace where our company exists. Our clients are not the enterprise level clients. We operate in the small and medium business marketplace. And Perch is really the only one I'm seeing that is addressing it at a level and a price point and an operational level that integrates with my tool sets and makes it easy for me to deliver it to my customers. And so it's surprising how much they are focused in our space, because most of the providers that are doing their types of technologies are not focused in a space. It's very difficult to operationalize within our customer base. Another thing that surprised me about working with Perch Security is their level of adoption and relevancy. So when I've come to their team and asked for something that I need that's new and developing, a new log ingestion or a new thing, they're very quick to respond. And so I've seen rapid development with the company as well, much faster than I expected, and really with excellence. And so I'm really excited at how much I think they're going to be a partner of the future because of how quickly they adapt and stay relevant as well. It's one of these moments where if you can start to feel it in your own experience, it's so much easier to be able to understand and convey to a customer why they need a tool like this. Because the reality of it is this is a tool set that a lot of customers don't understand. And so for us, you know, one of the best stories that we had is we were onboarding a fairly significant customer in the Atlanta market. And during the onboarding process, really kind of through happen chance, we found that there was something funny going on with some PowerShell scripts, and we really didn't know where it was coming from or how far. We had really no visibility into that. And so, you know, we had already formed our relationship with Perch, and we were already heading down that path. So I called them up and I said, hey, look, we need to get this out there like right now. And it was amazing how quickly we could get a feel for everywhere that was happening. We were able to confirm it was in fact a breach, and we were able to confirm what activity was going on. And Perch opened our eyes to the visibility of it. And so now we have this real life experience where we went essentially to battle with them at our side. They were incredibly helpful. Their analysts were very useful. We were able to catch things as they came back. We were able to find new exploits, and we were able to do the investigative work to get back to the source cause and figure out how the thing got in there to begin with. It was amazing. It was an active adversary, and Perch was very good at showing us what was happening, where it was happening, and helping us figure out our patterns for remediation and for closing it out. It took a while too. I mean, it was an active adversary. But after that, it's sort of like no question in my mind what the value of the product is to be able to have threat detection that can truly tell you when command and control activity is happening and when suspicious things are going on. Things that, no antivirus or firewall is ever going to catch, because as far as they're concerned, it's normal IT type behavior to run a PowerShell script. But with Perch Security, we were able to tell when it was malicious and when it had a source from an attacker, and able to quarantine and remediate it. So it's been a big experience point for us, and it's really helped us in our sales cycle to be able to speak from experience too. When it comes to the sales cycle, you need to learn how to do the risk-based sell, but I think you got to be careful to avoid the fear and uncertainty and doubt sell, because I think a lot of people think, oh, if I show them they've got some vulnerability or some problem, that they're just going to sign up in droves and pay you whatever you want. And that's not true. People aren't like that. But what you can do is use it to educate the customer and then help them create their planning. And so it's far more important that you don't go in and sell a specific tool. It's more like you sell how to solve a control or a problem in their environment, and the tool is just part of your methodology. And so creating an assessment in your process, and then doing a gap analysis, and then building out an action plan over time. It's so much more palatable to say, and over the next 1 to 2 years, we're gonna do this, and it's gonna cost you around this, but we're gonna spread it out, and you don't have to do it all at once. And of course, you gotta prioritize it for them as well. But that's the real key, is they wanna be put on a path. They can't solve everything all at once, it's too much. So put them on a path and sell it with assessment, and don't sell specific tools, sell controls that you're going to fix. Right. Some customers have specific compliance standards that they need to follow. In the aerospace industry, we find the NIST 800-171, and others we might have to do PCI things because of industry regulation, but generally, we like the NIST cybersecurity framework as a overall encompassing, and it pretty much fits every other control set group within it. And so it's a great way to build your material, it's a great way to build your conversations, it's a great way to educate your team with the NIST cybersecurity framework. And then you can let the individual cases be the individual cases as you're selling, but really the overlap is so astounding that there's very little difference between how you sell, say, a PCI client versus a NIST cybersecurity. So getting a common language and a common framework allows you to build your sales tools, allows you to get out there and educate your team. And that's really what the magic is in the process. So, when it comes to the security landscape going forward, you have to remember it's always a cat and mouse game. And so whatever controls you're building now, or whatever tools that you're building now, you have to make sure that they're staying relevant, because you can expect it to shift and change. There are new attack methods coming out today that didn't exist 4 years ago, and there are going to be new ones created tomorrow that we don't yet have visibility into. And so I think that the thing you have to remember is this is a constant process, a constant evolution. And so what do I see happening? Well, there's probably going to be more cloud-based attacks as more data is getting into the cloud. There's going to be a lot more social engineering and phishing attacks, because those are successful. The thing that we have to do is improve our end user awareness, and we have to improve our own controls. I think that there's a very clear pattern of service providers, MSPs or TSPs, becoming compromised themselves, and hence all their customers being compromised. That is a definite current trend that's going to continue in 2020. And so the things I'm thinking about is, how do I protect my own house? How do I protect my customers? And how do I put a common language and a common framework out there that raises the boats for everybody as the tide comes in on the cybersecurity conversation?